UN expert, I wouldn't call them experts, again warned of a possible climate apartheid. This report was kind of interesting in many ways, and it's kind of supports some of the stuff we've put in our show, where they are warning where the rich can pay to escape from hunger while the rest of the world is left to suffer under climate apartheid. And even if current targets are met, millions will be impoverished, according to Philip Alston, the UN Special Rapporteur on Extreme Poverty. And he also criticised steps taken by UN bodies as patently inadequate. Ticking boxes will not save humanity or the planet from the impending disaster, Mr. Alston warned. And the Australian native is part of the UN's panel of independent experts, had submitted his report, which is based on existing research, to the UN Human Rights Council last Monday. Now, Mr. Alston said the UN is not interested in humanity one iota. Now, this is my piece, though. But Mr. Alston needs to understand that the UN, in and of itself, is not interested in humanity one iota, and is another of the overarching governing bodies created during or just after World War II to implement their tighter controls of the people. Now, what needs to happen with the UN? It needs to be disbanded publicly. It already has officially, and install people from the general populace who are interested in humanity, not self-appointed clowns operating for and by the few. They also need to allow a safe passage of either Kim and I, or just Kim, to attend the UN meeting and address the world's leaders to the truth of what has gone on here and how we can change direction completely to restore this planet and all beings on it and in it, whilst working together. What people may or may not know is the Manor World Holding Trust has 6 seats on the UN Council. Currently we're blocked. On the other hand, Mr. Alston cites examples of how the wealthy in Western nations already cope with extreme weather events. This is an interesting piece. When Hurricane Sandy hit New York in 2012, most citizens were left without power, yet the Goldman Sachs headquarters was protected by tens of thousands of its own sandbags and power from its generator. Similarly, the private white glove firefighters have been dispatched to save the mansions of the wealthy. They look after their own, you see. And it's another example of this filth in our midst who just look after themselves while everyone else sinks. And the blame for this lies with the police, the agencies and the military for allowing these psychopaths to control and use us in this manner. None of you in those groups will be saved if the shit totally hits the fan. None. Like us, you'll all be left out on a limb, whilst they hide out like Lenin did during the Bolshevik Revolution, of which he was the supposed leader. We'll have more than that in From Russia with Love 5 or 6. Now, in this same report, one female member of this team, this UN team, stated, quote, "Women are too scared to have children due to climate change," unquote. Well, I, for one, is personally glad those women with that type of thinking are not having children. They're too stupid to see through their own illusions without passing on that level of stupidity and burdens onto their children. Small mercies, as they say. Women are too scared to have children due to climate change. It could be the fact that they've got no money, or the fact that lots of men suddenly are not as virulent as we used to be. Wonder why.